There's some about these figures that feels off. They're not loud, not exaggerated, just quietly wrong. And the longer you look at them, the more noticeable that feeling becomes. These are Ultimate Art the Clown figures inspired by Terrifier and produced by NECA, including the blood-soaked version inspired by Terrifier 2. And together, they might be some of the most unsettling horror collectibles ever produced.
Give it to me like...
Now, I've seen hundreds of horror collectibles over the years. Most rely on shock value, loud poses, extreme expressions, and overloaded detail. These don't. They use restraint, stillness, control, psychology, and that subtle approach creates a tension that lasts far longer than an aggressive design. Even before opening them up, there's a presence. Through the window of the packaging, Art isn't just posed like an action figure. He's just standing there, still. His expression's neutral, his eyes are forward. It feels like less like display packaging and more like containment. Like the box is separating spaces, yours and his, and both of the versions carry that same quiet unease. And side by side, they tell two very different visual stories. One feels like anticipation, the other feels like aftermath. And that contrast doesn't just change how they look, it also changes the atmosphere of the entire room they're in. And once you see them up close, the details make it even clearer.
I'm gonna deep fry your dog and eat your mama's face.
There's no dramatic pose, no attempt to look dynamic, just stillness. And somehow, it makes it even harder to look away. And this is where the two versions separate completely. The standard Ultimate Art is clean and controlled. Sharp, contrast, minimal distractions, a composed, almost clinical look. And the Terrifier 2 version tells a much different story. Dark red blood staining across cuts of white costume, splatter marks disrupt the symmetry, the gloves look used, the fabric looks heavier, his boots even look used. One feels prepared and the other one feels already finished. If you could only keep one, the choice comes down to what kind of tension you want in your space. The clean version creates a quiet discomfort, subtle, watchful, controlled. The bloody version, however, creates a more immediate weight. It doesn't wait to tell a story, it's already happened. One is whispering to you, the other is lingering. It's not about which one looks cooler, because let's face it, art's awesome. But it's about what feeling you want to convey in your display.
The gates of hell will open themselves.
The expressions on this guy stay pretty restrained. No exaggerated monster features, no dramatic distortion, but the added blood detailing changes the emotional read instantly. On the clean version, his face feels more observant, more patient. On the bloody version, that same expression feels a little bit colder, a little bit more heavy. Like the stillness isn't anticipation anymore, it's recovery. Each of the accessories feels purposeful, none of it feels like filler, they all add meaning to the moments that you're looking forward to creating. Alright, now let's talk about the articulation of these guys. It remains smooth and controlled across both releases. The shoulders rotate naturally, the elbows bend deep enough to avoid stiffness. The torso movement allows subtle posture shifts. Leg range supports balanced stances without sacrificing stability. They're not built for those explosive action poses, but they are built for controlled positioning. Slow steps, silent stances, minimal movement with these guys, but maximum intention. And when you start posing him, something becomes very clear. The less dramatic the stance, the more convincing he looks. A neutral posture feels deliberate. A slight forward lean feels purposeful. A small tilt in the head changes the emotional tone instantly. Stillness becomes the statement. On a shelf, the difference is immediate. The clean version feels iconic and composed. The bloody version feels intense and atmospheric. Placed together, they create a progression. A before and after. A calm and a consequence. A preparation and an aftermath. That pairing adds a visual storytelling without needing elaborate setups. And truly, it's pretty effortless with these guys.
Eternal bliss awaits.
Honestly, this is where these figures truly stand apart. They don't rely on cheap shock. They don't depend on oversized sculpting or extreme posing. They use restraint, stillness, precision. One captures a moment right before something happens, and the other captures the moment immediately after. And that contrast makes both of them more immersive and louder than other horror collectibles. They're not just display pieces, they're atmosphere pieces. If you collect horror figures, these are absolutely standout additions. If you're a fan of art, you won't be sorry that you got these. And if you want collectibles that change the feeling and the contrast the second somebody walks into a room, NECA didn't just make figures. They froze two moments in time you probably wouldn't want to witness. and put them on your shelf. Alright, so that's all the love I got for Art the Clown today. Why don't you go ahead and tell me what you think about it down in the comments. Maybe while you're there, think about giving me a like, but only if you liked my content. And maybe while there, possibly think about a sub. And yeah, until next time, grins up, pimps.